Hey everyone, here is the joke for the day. Funny how time is relative, and so as a fly zips past us and dies in a day, and trees hardly move at all and live for hundreds of years. Well, that's some deep stuff. And then it goes to the mountains and it says, "You have two of those weird bugs on you again. You, Carl, get them off." And today we're going to be focused on things that are relative, and so it's just kind of funny when you keep things in perspective how they look differently to different things and in different areas. So section 3.1, extrema on an interval. So today we're going to understand the definition of an extrema of a function on an interval. We're going to understand the definition of relative extrema on a function on an open interval, and find extrema on a closed interval. So, relative maximum and minimum. So looking at these diagrams, can we figure out where a max and min will occur? Well, intuitively, what we're looking at is the places where it looks to be the highest. So these are going to be the areas of my maximums here. Those both look like maximums in the red. And the blues are going to look like minimums on both of these right here. So intuitively, we can say that maxes occur when f prime, max or mins essentially occur when f prime of x is equal to 0 or f prime of x is undefined. So this was when it was 0, and this is when it's undefined. Remember, the reason why it's undefined is because it meets at that sharp point and those slopes do not match up. So that's why we have an undefined slope there. So if we're looking at just an interval, say we take a similar function and we're only looking between a and b on this entire interval. So there might not be a point where f prime of x is 0 or f prime of x is undefined. So in this area, where does our maximum occur or our minimum occur? Well, our maximum occurs at this end of the interval because it's at its highest point, and this end of the interval over by a for its lowest point. So on a closed interval, it might not necessarily be a max or min as we have previously thought of it or defined it. So here's some things about minimum and maximums that you should know. So if f prime of c is equal to 0, then a relative max or min occurs when x is equal to c. So if we look at this, is there any way that we could draw an equation where there's not going to be a relative max or min? Well, if I draw a function like this, where it comes to 0, and then continues going, right here is not a relative max or min. So this one's actually false, but generally true. If f of c is undefined, then a relative max or min of f occurs when x equals c. So once again, we could have something like this, where f prime of c is not defined, where I could come up right up to this point and then do a curve right up to here. And that's not really a relative max or min if that's drawn like that. So this one is also false, but generally true. So you have to be careful. These are the guidelines. These are where we're looking. That's where we're looking to see if there's relative maxes, relative mins, or absolute max and mins. And so it just depends on what's happening.